Started and Americans are hitting the road.
We got clouds increasing across the area as rain chances increase this afternoon. We'll break down today and Thanksgiving coming up.
And is Black Friday dead? How the unofficial start of the holiday shopping season is now competing with sales that start weeks earlier.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Parsons police arrest a Columbus, Kansas man wanted on several felony arrest warrants. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, officers arrest a Southeast Kansas man with federal charges of kidnapping, domestic battery, and probation and parole violations. Parsons Police Chief Robert Spinks says his officers had been gathering information on 43-year-old Tremaine Darkus for several weeks. They attempted to stop him last night when Darkus fled on foot. After a short pursuit, officers took Darkus into custody. They also found drugs and paraphernalia in his vehicle. The Columbus, Kansas man was last in the news in July of 2020 when Joplin police arrested Darkus for active warrants out of California, drug possession, and drug trafficking. Well, today is the busiest travel day of the Thanksgiving holiday, and millions of Americans are on the road right now. And if they haven't left already, they're preparing to head out. Chris Van Cleve was one of the early risers. He's traveling from New York to Washington today.
Nothing says the Thanksgiving rush is on like miles of brake lights in Los Angeles. It's exactly the kind of backup Kevin Rigotti is hoping to avoid on his drive from D.C. to New Jersey.
It's usually brutal trying to get all the way up. So I'd rather just do that today instead of having to wait till tomorrow.
While the average price of gas has dropped 14 cents in the last week, at $3.60 a gallon, it's still the highest Thanksgiving at the pumps since AAA started keeping track.
It's extremely high, just to fill up my tank. So I'm not traveling, I'm staying local this year.
Just a verbal warning, all right?
Because this holiday weekend is typically one of the deadliest on the roads, police nationwide are stepping up patrols.
Hopefully people, slow down when they see us.
The airports continue to see crowds at pre-pandemic levels. Amtrak says it too is expecting its busiest week of the year.
I like the train. I just sit down and I don't feel as anxious or anything.
AAA expects trips by train, bus, and cruise ship to jump 23% this Thanksgiving. In Miami this week, Carnival launched its newest vessel, the Celebration, with a sold-out 6-day Thanksgiving Caribbean cruise. Carnival plans to serve up 36,000 pounds of turkey on its ships this week, something Tisa Curry's family is looking forward to sampling.
After the pandemic, we hadn't really got together that much, and we wanted to get together as a family and take a cruise.
AAA expects the worst of the holiday traffic leading up to Thanksgiving to be between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. When you're thinking about your drive home after the holidays, AAA recommends either Saturday afternoon or early Sunday morning. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, on the road in New York City.
Speaking of on the road, winter is coming, and the Kansas Department of Transportation is preparing for a harsh season, as they do every year. KDOT is also suffering from staffing shortages, which means crews will have to choose which roads to get to first. Now, if they get hit with a really big storm, they may not be able to clear as quickly because one operator has to do one shift and then stop to refill materials. Prepping for the winter season begins as early as October.
Well, the routes that are the most trafficked, say over your area, US 69 and then US 400, those are your high priority routes. So we do prioritize the most traveled routes to be cleared the most quickly, but we will get to all the routes in turn.
With short staffing, KDOT is always looking for seasonal workers. You can find out how to apply on KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, fortunately, there isn't anything severe in your Thanksgiving travel forecast. Chris Warner joins us with a first look.
I don't know if that's entirely true. I think the most severe thing in your Thanksgiving forecast is how much food can you consume?
Okay.
That could get severe. Especially if
you had me worried there for a second.
If you've got more than one family Thanksgiving to go to, it could get pretty severe for your diet situation. But that's what Thanksgiving's all about, right? All right, live look at the MoDOT camera, I-44 and Rangeline. Few cars out there. 7th and Rangeline. Few more cars out on the road today. And I always get it backwards. The current conditions are over here, but the almanac is over here. We're supposed to be about 55 for our high and 35 for our low. We're not going to be that far off pace. We've got the cloud cover increasing across the area, and yes, down in northeast Oklahoma, those are some spotty showers, and we've got more scattered showers beginning to develop, and they'll roll off to the northeast and start making their way into our area over the next couple of hours. We're pretty mild, though. 56 Chanute, 57 Pittsburgh, 56 Lamar and Carthage and Neosho, 58 in Miami, and we are 59 in Joplin right now with a decent breeze south-southwest at 17, so be aware it's a little bit on the strong side. We're going to stay mild, and as we go through the rest of the day, the showers will continue to overspread the area. We'll take a more detailed look at this map, but these are potential holiday travel delays for today or for tomorrow. So we head into midnight as we get the rain spreading in across the area. For today, we have those showers. They'll start building in the next couple of hours across the rest of the area. 58 for the high, and the rain will stick with us all night long. The good news is at least it'll be scattered. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving's forecast and what Black Friday's looking like here in a couple of minutes.
A lot to discuss. All right, thank you so much, Chris. Well, Black Friday has long been the unofficial kickoff to the holiday shopping season. Holiday sales are expected to hit at least $942 billion this year. That's up 6% from last year. But with online shopping and earlier sales, does Black Friday still hold the same power as in the past? Consumer shopping changed significantly since the pandemic. Fewer shoppers are willing to go to the stores on Black Friday, and retailers are more willing to allow consumers to shop over a longer period of time. Excess inventory left over from the pandemic is also moving up those holiday sales, and stores like REI are not even opening on Black Friday. Others like Target, Macy's, and Walmart are following suit by closing on another once major shopping day, Thanksgiving, but still want in on the Black Friday action. Now, an estimated 115 million people are planning to shop in stores and online the day after Thanksgiving this year, compared to 64 million on Cyber Monday. And we checked in with shoppers at the Pittsburgh Meadowbrook Mall who say they are excited for Black Friday sales. While some prefer the brick and mortar selection, others say they'll be shopping online to both avoid the lines and find a bigger selection.
Online, they have more options, maybe just different clothing or just anything, or sizes. That's another thing.
Newland says she expects items to sell fast this Black Friday and plans to start shopping online as soon as she wakes up. Well, while you're out shopping, don't forget the KOAM Toy Box. Since 1988, four-staters like you have helped KOAM make Christmas brighter for thousands of area families. You can find more information on our partner drop-off locations and donation links on our website and KOAM News app. Our first Toy Box Tuesday telethon is next week. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at Noon.
Cooking fires are more likely on Thanksgiving than any day of the year. I'm Wendy Gillette. I'll share some tips to keep your celebrations safe.
And later, Howard shows us how to make last-minute herb rolls perfect for Thanksgiving in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Millions of Americans will spend a big portion of Thanksgiving in the kitchen getting the big meal ready, but safety experts say it's important to remember there is major risk of fire this time of year. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette has a few tips on how to stay safe.
This demonstration shows what can happen if you try putting out a grease fire with water. It's a common accident during the holidays.
It's about 3 times as many fires on Thanksgiving than any other day of the year.
And the Consumer Product Safety Commission says there are more than 165,000 cooking fires every year, leading to around 200 deaths and 3,200 injuries. If a grease fire does start in your kitchen,
you will see flames.
Minnesota State Fire Marshal Jim Smith describes what to do.
Always have the lid close by and slide it over the top and then turn the burner off and let it sit.
The CPSC says the best way to prevent fires in the first place is to pay attention to what you're doing when cooking and keep anything flammable away from the burners and oven. Deep frying a turkey can be particularly dangerous. Over the past 20 years, these fires have led to nearly $10 million in property damage.
Never overheat the oil. Use oil with a high smoke point. Never overfill the turkey fryer as well. That can cause splashing and burns if it is over full.
Also, never fry a frozen turkey. And don't use a fryer in a garage or on a porch. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
The CPSC says an average of 1,600 fires occur every year on Thanksgiving. Be safe, folks. Still to come on the KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
Did you forget to make something for your Thanksgiving bread basket? No need to worry, because we have an idea that'll save the day.
But first, we're tracking rain showers moving into the area. We'll talk about how long they're going to stick around and what it does for Thanksgiving coming up. Well, clouds have been increasing as the day has progressed, and that is because we've got rain showers on the way. In fact, already starting to see some of them in northeast Oklahoma on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. And of course, you can see the clouds overspreading the area. And as we take a look down to the southwest, more scattered rain showers are beginning to develop, and that will be the trend, as you can see. And we'll have these scattered rain showers overspread the area in the next couple of hours. Live look at the MoDOT camera at I-44 and Range Line. Quite a few cars out on the road, so of course do be safe if you are traveling. Right now in Joplin, here's 7th and Range Line. Quite a few cars on the road there, so that's no different than any other day of the week. 59 in Joplin right now, feels like 59. That wind is south-southwest at about 17. Temperatures across the area looking all right. 52 Neodesha Yates Center, 56 Chanute, 57 Chitopa, 58 in Miami, and 56 in Neosho. As we go through the rest of the day, looking at those highs in the upper 50s. And again, in the next couple hours or so more of us are going to get in on the shower activity. And we'll have the scattered rain chances holding on through tonight and into the overnight hours, and unfortunately into tomorrow as well. But because of the cloud cover and the rain, we don't drop off a lot. We're only back down to 49 for an overnight low. For Thanksgiving, a high of 53 degrees. We've got the scattered rain showers in the morning and into the early afternoon, and then they'll start to clear out of here by about 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow, and they're going to leave us cloudy and a little bit cooler than what we've seen. And that, of course, with the rain chances across the region, that could impact some of your holiday travel. And of course, there's snow and rain out in the in Colorado and into the west. So anywhere you see the yellow or red, those are minor to moderate travel delays. And as the system moves out of our area, if you're heading south or if you are already south, maybe seeing this on YouTube and you'll be coming back north, by Thursday evening you can see a fair amount of rain down there. It could lead to some significant travel delays, especially if you're on the road, because it could make things pretty slick. Traveling across the country, if you haven't left yet, out to the west, not bad. A little colder out by, say, Salt Lake City and Billings, where they've got some rain, even some snow, and we're looking good in the New England states and Miami. Miami can just, whatever, because look at this, 85 degrees and partly cloudy. If you're traveling locally in the 4 states, of course, we're going to have the cloud cover, and then, of course, some rain shower chances. If you're heading a little further north, say Kansas City, St. Louis, a little bit milder and not really any rain chances. Still haven't seen any significant weather-related delays at any of the airports across the country, which is good. Now, Miami, of all places, had about a 30-minute delay earlier today, but that has since been cleared. But again, remember to check for your specific flight, as this only covers weather-related delays, not flight-specific delays. All right, we get into tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. You can see a few more rain showers overspreading the area. And again, they hang with us through the early afternoon hours, and then they'll be gone and out of here. And we get a break as we head into Black Friday. We're a little cooler, 36. And then as we head into Black Friday, not nearly as warm, mostly cloudy, but then take a look at Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Here comes the backside of this low-pressure system, bringing us more widespread rain. Some of this could be heavy at times, so be aware of that. But then it'll kick out of here late Saturday and leave us nice and dry. So it's the first batch of rain as we go through Thursday, through Thanksgiving. This is what we're looking at, maybe a quarter to upwards of half an inch. And by the time the rain gets on out of here by Saturday, we're looking at about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter in some locations. 7-day forecast. So Black Friday, 52 degrees, so not bad for shopping weather. Definitely bring a jacket. Rain chances Saturday, 49, 48 on Sunday. We're clearing out a bit on Monday, 59. I wanted to show you real quick the 10-day. We get up to almost 70 by Wednesday. But we've got rain chances again as another system comes in, knocks our temperatures back down to a slightly more average level by next Thursday at 52.
Hey there.
So we need the rain chances. It's just if you're traveling, do be aware. We're not looking at this getting cold enough for any of the rain to freeze or change to snow, nothing nasty like that. But the rain can still make the roadway slick, and with so many cars out there, you just want to make sure you give yourself plenty of time if you're traveling.
Yeah, and when the rain comes down, it's obviously going to affect your visibility too, so you want to be safe. always be safe out there. All right. Thank you, Chris. We take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Staff Sergeant Clint Callahan in the U.S. Army. The Girard, Kansas native joined the Special Forces Unit in 2002. To Clint Callahan, we thank you, our four-state hero. Do you ever get so caught up on the main course for your holiday feast that you forget about the sides? Well, don't you worry. Today, Howard shows us how to make the best last-minute herb rolls that will save the day in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
What a week it's been. Between getting everything ready for the big feast and strategizing the best way to take advantage of all those Black Friday sales, you knew you were going to forget something. If that something happens to be the rolls, then there's nothing to worry about, because you still have plenty of time to make these freshly baked ones. When you're at the store this afternoon, pick up a couple of packages of those ready-to-bake refrigerated buttermilk biscuits. Now, rather than baking them as directed, cut each biscuit into about 8 pieces and place them in a large bowl. Add some freshly chopped parsley, a bit of dry thyme, sage, garlic powder, and a wee bit of salt. After tossing it all together and making sure all the pieces of dough are coated with the herbs and spices, drizzle on some melted butter and toss them one more time. Then all you have to do is fill some muffin cups with the dough and pop them in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes. Yes, it's that easy. And since they bake so quickly, you can throw them in the oven when you take your turkey out to rest. They're so buttery and flavorful, you might consider making a double batch. To get the recipe for our last-minute herb rolls, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a freshly baked way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Can't beat that. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our four-state market prices.
Thanksgiving Day planner, we got rain holding on until about 2 o'clock tomorrow. Then we'll be cloudy, a little bit cooler, a high of 53. Black Friday, we are dry, 52, mostly cloudy. Rain returns Saturday. We start warming up by next week before we get more rain chances.
All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, for starters, Thanksgiving kicks off the holiday party season, which means plenty of friends, family, food, drink, and Health Watch. We're going to look at simple ways to have a healthy holiday and still enjoy the celebrations. Plus, we're going to stop by the Webb City Farmers Market, where shoppers are picking up some last-minute items for their big feast. And Santa, Mr. Claus, Kris Kringle himself, who's making a stop at Joplin's North Park Mall. How he finds the time is
The
beyond
jolly
me.
old elf himself, yeah.
Yes, he's going to be there in person at the North Park Mall. Hope you join us. KOAM News at 5.
Making his list and checking it twice.
But now that you're nice?
I am always nice.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chris, on the other hand.
He shares a name with Mr. Kringle, so he's on the good list.
There we go. Well, thank you for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.